Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Arsenic and Espresso, a podcast where we rarely drink coffee, but we always talk about metal music. I'm Alice Arsenic, my co-host Josh. Tonight we are starting
a week of Cradle of Filth. Yeah, I really realized that there is a ton of Cradle of Filth content out there. Their discography is huge. They've been around forever. Now, I know you've listened to a handful of their songs now. I still have only listened to the two that we've reacted to on this channel,
which were Amphetamine Fix and Her Ghost in the Fog.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed them. So far, there hasn't been something that I'm like, oh man, I need that on my playlist, but I've really enjoyed their stuff. So, and I've really actually enjoyed going through and doing like the lyric breakdown afterwards, because Dani Filth definitely knows how to write some good lyrics.
Definitely.
So I'm excited about this. So we just figured, hey, why not just do a whole week's worth of Cradle of Filth and really dive into it.
I'm excited because I have put a couple of their songs on my playlist.
Nice. Yeah, I still haven't heard anything else from the two that we did. So, yeah, this is going to be a first time listen for me for sure. So the first one that we're reacting to is called something. It's called Tearing the Veil from Grace. And the songs that we're going to be reacting to were all recommended by you guys from the first two reactions that we did. And so I just went with sort of like the most upvoted or most liked comments. I figured that's probably a good place to start. Right, so this one doesn't have a video that goes with it, but it has a lyric video. So.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Trap flapping in night. His voice is so good. I forgot. Okay, so the chorus in the background already, like, oh, that's cool. And then already he's shown like 4 different vocal styles.
Yeah.
I forgot how talented this is.
I know. Well, because after Amphetamine Fix, a few people said like, this is cool, but like his screaming style is just not for me. Which I totally get. I compared it to like a banshee sound.
Yeah. Which other people like were like, yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's.
Oh, that's really.
Yeah.
Oh,
there are a few people that are
nice.
like, yeah, that's what people call his scream. So yeah.
But the fact that he can go from that down to like a true like deathcore, guttural growl is just.
It's crazy.
Amazing.
It's crazy. If I stop it a lot, I'm sorry.
Hobbit says.
Yes.
That's what he sounds like. You don't have any friends.
So
nobody likes you.
He does though. He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Well, because I was just thinking like it sounds that like this particular part that just started sounds very like Renaissance, very medieval. Which like Lord of the Rings, that
right.
not
Fair.
necessarily Renaissance, but you know, Hobbiton and whatnot.
Yeah.
And the music from Lord of the
Okay.
Rings has that very similar sound.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just making me feel.
Well, so I gotta say, even with the lyrics up, it's a little bit hard to follow everything because his vocal style or like how he's singing it isn't traditional.
No.
It's not. It's not.
Yeah, it doesn't have a traditional cadence at all.
No, not at all.
He also sings so fast,
mhm.
and
He
like
does.
he's singing faster than I can.
Yeah,
And
but
so I know I read faster than you, so I'm like,
right, I'm like, but I did catch that double entendre, the fallacy, right?
yes,
Yeah,
that was a good one.
That was hilarious. All right, let's keep going through this. I'm excited to read the lyrics afterwards.
I know, because I know I'm still missing stuff.
Yes. He says dirty habits. Now all I can think of is dirty hobbits. Yes. Oh.
Filthy hobbits.
Satan is coming a sail tonight. He counts up the whale to die, setting up the nation. Fuck off!
Okay, so I haven't stopped it as much as I thought I would, but that's just because I'm trying to just
Take
get
it all in.
all of the lyrics and everything in. But I just realized what the picture is because that's a mouth, right? And then a woman, obviously, but like that's a mouth. I thought it was.
Is it like a? Is that what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very confused. Because I thought this was a fish at first. The tongue it looks like a little baby shark. do 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 do. Right. But it's a tongue. So that threw me off. I don't know.
I wish there was a music video, but at the same time, like there's so much going on in this song.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could visually handle a music video on top of it.
Well, and I feel even doing like a lyric review afterwards, we're gonna miss a whole lot. Like we're not gonna do the song justice.
No.
Like it's not gonna happen. Unless you've like studied the song and like listened to it over and over again and like
There is so much going on. There are
There's
so many layers in
so
this.
much. Yeah. I mean, it's a long story. It's an epic.
Yeah.
I mean, he's telling the whole story, right? So it's
Well, that's what I've really started to enjoy just listening to them regularly, just, in the car or whatever, is there's so many layers to the music itself. There's, I don't know, there's so much going on. It
Mhm.
seems like too much is going on, but it's also the right amount
Yeah.
of stuff to be going on, if that makes sense.
That makes sense. This is where I would prefer like a deathcore styled metal.
Mhm.
For the chaos part of it,
Mhm.
whereas you're not the biggest fan of deathcore, but like this, like I don't know how you describe their music exactly, but like gothic, blackened death metal. I don't
Yeah.
know. Is more your speed, so that's I don't
Yeah.
know. It's cool.
In the warp of the mouse, and the dark and die out, some of my waking deeds. To let the dripping from a flame infected my death. That's the body twisted to the reinstatement down. We breathe a virgin while they wounds. Now our souls in dark above the stars of. Stars of God.
There was so much going on.
So
there. There was
much.
so much happening. Oh my gosh.
So first off, musically, that was really cool. There were a lot of transitions. There was a lot of tempo change. His octave range is insane,
It's
from that shrieking to like the
crazy.
true gutturals.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else who can do that. Honestly, if like you just showed me a song like this, I would think that it would be vocalists
At
for
least
sure.
two,
At
if not a
least two
third.
vocalists. Because that's how it is. I mean, that's what I'm used to, especially like
Mhm.
metalcore is what I love, right? That's my bread and butter, right?
My bread and
is-
butter.
I don't know. I appreciated it for sure. I don't think this one makes my playlist just because usually my playlist is more metalcore, deathcore sort of stuff.
It'll probably be somewhere.
But honestly, well, yeah. But honestly, I do want to listen to it a few more times. I really want to dive into it because I know we're gonna miss. Or
Oh, yeah.
at least I am.
Oh
Is
my gosh, look at this. Oh my god.
there's a lot in there.
So much.
We are not gonna give what this song deserves.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But
Oh,
what
that's
I'm
better.
yeah, what I'm gonna say is that this is a like parallel to if you guys have ever read Paradise Lost.
Yeah.
Very similar, right?
Yeah.
So this is showing the other side of that. What I could tell anyways.
Yes.
Um,
It does carry almost
Yeah.
an exact parallel.
Yeah. I mean obviously Paradise Lost is like 700 pages, right? This is a song.
I don't know. This
but
feels like
this
700 pages
this is
right now.
this is a good
Okay. Carrying the Veil from Grace by Cradle of Filth. Biblical choirs soar beyond veiled light, a swan song for ravens trapped flapping in night. A tragic yet magical fall from grace, too awful to taste for the led and the chaste. Those who long fetters are addressed to all saints. Free shining souls torn from God's given right, defiled, reviled, exiled from sight. And hell knows we sought victory, trancing the leash, but when bad die were cast, we were cast down to die.
That's talking about the fallen angels, right?
A steeple of needles thrust into our eyes, so scholars might say we were blinded by pride, like the sin of our father and the whims of our kind, whom in Isaiah and Midian thrived.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Blinded by pride, right? Because I mean, yeah.
Regaining his sights for the storming of skies. And after decentries have crawled, vilified, our dark, hearkened day on spread wing now arrives. For eternity is a coprophagic, backward figurehead, gorging on her own bitter end, and we have eaten shit until we're close to addicts. Now grime is running out for us to make amends. Retake what once was lost to exalt our throne above the stars of God. To throw our fuck into gates and guts of a severed neverland, where we, the damned, once pleasured ran like seamen from the foulest sea. Atrocious oceans must be crossed to exalt our throne above the stars of God. The 13th sign of the zodiac climbs, cowled and scythed to snuff the sunrise.
Okay, so the 13th sign of the zodiac is the serpent bearer, which makes sense, right? Going back to but so like this is all leading up, right? It's talking the whole story of the fallen angels, right? That they were once, praised and among the greatest, right? And then, blinded by pride, like they said, fell and then thrown into hell and treated like garbage, right? And feeding on whatever they possibly could, but then having the foresight to know that like their day is coming too. So this is pretty cool.
Throwing shade of war like prophecy, nightbreed freed from the vasty deep, nasty reap of freaks forsaken, and when sultry dusk disrobes they'll learn. She is not a natural blonde, for the lower she goes, the darker it grows, an Eve that blows on her knees for Satan. Belated Satan screams congeal in clotted pearl as he unfurls from aching hibernation. Stormbringer drums thunder to full disorchestra as lightning streaks with fire, black clouds that shroud the earth, whose cold breasts have held us in scar pillories. But now the sun is loath to come, the crescent moon is freed. Elated Satan, the scimitar slashed to the underground, of heaven too slight for penetration. We strike as wolves from the thickening fog to exalt our throne over the stars of God. Lowly holy goats bear the brunt of rabid dogmas on a stellar bear hunt.
So this is more of, sorry, so I said it was like them getting excited for the fall of Jesus, right? But this is more of just the fall of man, right? Being able to take advantage of Eve, and then being able to claim their domain.
I mean, it's kind of touching on all of it, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm stoked about it, though. Cool.
Bastioned in citadels and monastic cells, the smell of blessed cunt from like a convent where crosses rust. From 30 dirty habits of shaved nun, there were deeper needs are begged of lust. And cess and less impress enough. There were deeper needs are begged of lust, and cess and less impress enough. Obtaining the ord of our guardian, anger, and death's tunnel vision, bad thing in collision, the locking eyes and jagged antler. The locking of eyes and jagged antler. Unpicking the seams of fate, sewn over dreams, feasting from throats of celestial thieves. And God knows we seek victory, now that we are unleashed, to drive nails home of blind faith through those who drove us from error to terror below. Refugees clung to a crown furred in flies, tarred with red honey the plaster of many that aspired to rise, seeking messiahs that by us soon die. In the start like a cast, immorality plays, our hearts wore a mask of dead rooks in the rain. The world was our cloister, no prayer bent in shame. Our once lucent plumage stung with horn withered gray, and away as aeons slew, so we grew to myth, revenge accrued to a monolith, bursting through from our roofed abyss like an ether greased fist. Now vulvite gates are so sorely missed, our horror pours through the orifice. We were once the spheres and archangels kissed. Hallelujah. Belated Satan his coming assails, the night and gales that bewail turned tides that engulf their nation. Now divinity is a worm-ridden mouth in a darkness high house, overrun by disease, so let the truth be wrung, that the banished one's intent on reinstatement have won. We breathe by virtue of their rot, now our souls exult above the stars of God. Oh my gosh,
Dang.
that is so many words. I literally don't know how he can sing that many words that close together at such a fast pace.
Yeah.
Like,
I just remember trying to like memorize, like we would have quizzes in school to like memorize like soliloquies, right? And
yes.
stuff like that. And I was awful at it.
We had to try and
Um,
memorize, and I couldn't do it. The um Hamlet's like
mm,
soliloquy. Is that
yeah.
it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I did not could not do it. I can't even comprehend being able to sing these words
yeah.
and not stumble over.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
the
not to mention just writing them. I mean,
yeah.
that's insane. Like this is, I mean, honestly, you know, being able to put it into song format is really just, I mean, just the lyrics alone. The poem, I mean, it's a poem. It reads like
It reads
Milton.
like poetry.
It
Yeah.
reads like Shakespeare. Dang, like
Yeah.
I'm excited to get in more
I know.
of their
Oh
stuff.
my gosh. I am
and
so glad we're doing this.
yeah,
Maybe by the end I'll be able to say the lyrics beginning to end like
right.
fluidly. Probably
Yeah.
not. Definitely not. Who
Oh
am I
man.
kidding? Dang. Well, on that note, stay tuned for more Cradle of Filth videos. We have a few coming this week. If you liked what you saw, leave a thumbs up. Let us know down below what some of your Cradle of Filth songs are, and perhaps they will be some of the songs we react to this week. What else? Is there anything else?
Hit subscribe because we're gonna be
Oh, yeah.
doing this all week. So if you've made it this far, you've at least somewhat enjoyed what we've put out, and so you should, you know, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of it.
And you can check out all of our other social medias. We are on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok a little bit.
Kind of.
Um,
We're old
we're old.
for TikTok standards, so
Oh my gosh, TikTok always makes me feel old.
yeah,
They
it's
make me feel so old.
ridiculous.
There was one where this girl was like, "Oh, I hope I age as well as the cast on Bridgerton, some Netflix show." And she
Okay.
showed a picture of like the main actress, and she's 25. And I was like, "What?
Nice.
You hope you age as well as her? She's still a child." My God. Anyway, that's all. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you guys on the next one.